So the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is finally out. It's been like 7 years of switching directors, switching companies, and now it's very interesting. I, for one, loved the movie, but I know we've all seen like the critic reviews, and I can acknowledge, yes, this movie has many flaws, specifically kind of getting hard to get into if you're not like a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, but if we get a sequel that fixes all this stuff, this will be a very, very good franchise. But enough about the future, let's talk about what we have right now, and honestly, it's great. Now, as someone who kind of lives in a smallish area, you don't really get a lot of cinema reactions. Sometimes there's the joke that lands and you get a laugh or two, but those are few and far between. With this movie, however, every time something really iconic in the games happened on the big screen, the crowd would be like, "Oh my god!" For example, when William Afton or Steve Raglan got spring locks, the crowd was like, "Oh, he's getting spring locked!" When he said, "I always come back," same thing. When everyone realized that MatPat was on screen, "Oh my god!" And repeat of that when he said, "But that's just a theory." When Corey came on screen, I don't know a lot about Corey, but the person sitting next to me kind of went wild. And especially when the first note of the Living Tombstone song came on at the credits. I mean, it was just so cool, hearing all these other fans coming out and enjoying the movie so much. I heard so many people saying good things about the movie when they were walking out, and I gotta agree with them. The movie was great, although it wasn't really a horror movie. You see, it was more story-driven, like the games. But critics are not going to like that, because this is labeled as a horror movie, but this is more like a thriller. And yeah, that's true, but the movie's still good, okay? It's just so good. I can't explain it. Although I think this movie is great, I will admit there are a couple flaws. First off, I was a bit confused by Vanessa's character in this movie. Now, Vanessa is a character that doesn't even show up until the latest game, Security Breach. And, I mean, seeing her in the first movie as William Afton's daughter was a bit strange, because if we're trying to keep even slightly true to the games, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna get the Afton family to burn at the end of Pizzeria Simulator? I've seen many theories that the post-credit scene for FNAF, it wasn't really a scene, but apparently it spells out something like "Come find me." People think that's going to lead into sister location. That would be interesting. Maybe they're keeping Garrett, the child that was kidnapped in Mike's past, in the sister location, and then they're going to find the animatronics there, and also Springtrap's going to be there. That'd be a cool idea for a sequel, but if we're going to have a sequel, please show more backstory on William Afton, because this leads into the second flaw. They didn't really build up his character very well. And although I love that he says, "I always come back," it doesn't really make sense in this context, because it would make more sense if the police were searching for him and they assumed that he died because he had a new identity as Steve Raglan. But I'm still very happy that he said it nonetheless. Would have been better if he said it in the sequel when he saw them or something, or they tried killing him in the sequel. He comes back in the third one. Another flaw is also, I'm not sure if this is a flaw, but I didn't really like it, and I know a lot of people didn't. It's the very lighthearted scenes where Freddy and the gang build a fort right after murdering people. And this was a bit odd. It was kind of weird watching it. But also, I have to say something. This scene kind of like explored the aspects that fans didn't want to be explored. And that is that deep down, these animatronics are literally just children. They haven't like grown up. They haven't been able to like, go to school or anything. They've been stuffed inside these robots, being forced to play the same songs over and over, like the phone guy in the first game said. And yeah, that's true, but like seeing Freddy and the gang building like forts and having fun with Abby and Mike and Vanessa was kind of weird, because we kind of also just watched them kill all those like robbers in pretty violent fashion for an R13 movie, or if you're an American PG-13. So yeah, three kind of complaints, but it's fine. The first two, I guess, could be solved in the sequel. This one, can't really blame them. They just explored a new aspect of the franchise. Now for the things I did like, I'll just be very brief because I loved a lot. First off, the scene with the robbers. Now, I wasn't really liking the side plot of like this mean auntie trying to steal Abby, but thankfully it led to MatPat's inclusion in the movie, and also one of the best scenes in the movie where they all get picked off one by each animatronic. And I love that scene. And if it didn't happen, the animatronics would not have posed much of a threat, because they would not have like killed anyone except the previous night guard. And all we would have seen other than that is them just partying with Abby and Mike and Vanessa. So I'm glad they were actually like posed to be these villains, even though the end of the movie did kind of make it seem like they were the victims, which is kind of true, but also like critics are like, wait, aren't these the animatronics that were killing people? Why are we supposed to be rooting for them now? And on one hand, like, yeah, that's like what the movie's doing, but also on the other hand, I kind of agree with them. That's kind of weird. But yeah, robber scene, great. We got the bite of 2000, and we also got a cupcake eating someone's face off. So very beautiful. Also, can I just acknowledge the fact that I love this? The credit includes Foxy's dum dum diddly dum 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 dum. In the credits there's a song. That's amazing. Thank you to whoever put that in there, because gotta give credit to Foxy making some banger tunes. I also loved every second that like Spring Bonnie was on in the scenes. I thought that was really cool, and especially when he gets spring locked. It would have been cooler if it was like rated R16 and stuff, but like we get what we get, and it was still a great scene. And the ghost of Golden Freddy closing the door on Springtrap as he's like twitching about, and then credits roll with the amazing song. A beautiful way to end the movie. All I'm gonna say is this movie was one huge pile of fan service, and I loved it. And I hope you did too, but if you did, leave a short or long review in the comments, because I will be reading every single one. Other than that, thank you for watching this, and I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow. Also, happy Halloween. I forgot to say that. Yeah. Bye.